All aboard!
This is Pelon and Chubby, episode 78. Back at it again with that good stuff. This week, we invite Pelon's high school friend, John James, as we talk about the things that are important in life. John is welcome to the show because he is a street bike racer and a speed aficionado. John talks about the greatest things in life, bigger than thrills, and how to keep those things in perspective. Chubby is talking about what's going on in the news today and talking about how things are affected. John pipes in because he knows a little bit about how life goes on. So hold on to your seats. This is Pelon and Chubby, episode 78, doing what we do. Check us out. It's the Pelon and Chubby Show with your hosts Rick Salas and Guy Murray, talking about comedy and everything that crosses their mind. It's the Pelon and Chubby Show. And we're live.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the episode of the Pelon and Chubby Show. I'm Rick Salas.
And I'm Guy Murray.
And that's John James sitting over there on the left of us, or on your right, or on the left or the right. Whatever, you can figure it out.
One of those two sides.
Yeah, there we go. We're here on Wednesday, as promised last week. I was a little sick.
Little baby doll.
I had the little bug. I had no voice. That probably would have been a good time for me to come on the show. You would have heard a lot of Guy and very little of me, right? That might have been a special day there.
I told him to tape it up and let's go, man.
Yeah, so, I think you made a reference to putting on a Kotex or something and just get out here and do it.
Strap on, let's go.
So here we are, Wednesday, as always. We got a special show for you today. This gentleman came all the way from Gardena, California, Los Angeles. Yeah. He is a former classmate of mine from Redondo Union High School, class of older than dirt. Woo! And he came down just to hang out, and he wanted to. We wanted to interview him. He does one of those special things that very few human beings can do on this earth, and that's go out on the track and have zero regard for his body, somewhat a little maybe regard for his life. Drag that knee across the track at 100 plus miles an hour, and on a little tiny, mostly fiberglass and some metal bike, and they make that thing as light as possible. And I haven't done a whole heck of a lot of homework. I'm very familiar with the different circuits that are going on here and across the pond there, but give the fans out there, give some of the crowd an idea of what race is, what size CC bike here you ride, and what convinced you to do this mad sport of what is the official name?
Motorcycle road racing.
Motorcycle road racing, sport bikes, right? All right. So what we're gonna just jump right into this, right?
Yeah, let's just jump in right now. It's hot. It's hot.
So everybody knows who he is, what's going on.
John's the man with the plan.
So John James, he is on the professional circuit.
No, not professional.
All right, what is it?
It's an amateur sport. It's club racing.
Club racing.
Race with We're Motorcycle Road Racing.
Right.
We have professionals that come and race with us. They
right.
do their training or get up to speed for the pro circuit stuff when they come out.
Right.
But
and you're sponsored by a bunch of different manufacturers.
Not manufacturers, by different companies.
Right.
I've got Dunlop helps me out with with a lot
Tires.
of stuff. ASV levers.
Levers, right? Those aren't cheap.
No, there's a lot of different product sponsors that are involved in my program, like
Right.
Vortex Racing Components.
There you go.
Zero
Give 'em all a
gravity
plug.
Zero gravity wind screens. God, if I could remember them all.
This is
off the
being
top of my
heard by
head.
millions across the country and other countries. So give them a plug,
All righty.
Dunlop. I know they make some good tires.
Yeah.
Some nice soft racing tires. You probably go through what? A pair every race, a couple pair?
Well, not really. A lot of people like to change out their tires frequently. I've made a front tire last my whole season.
Wow.
In 2017 and won 2 championships with those tires.
There you go.
With that one front tire. But we change out the rear tire about, depends on the racetrack, but, call it once a weekend.
So the idea here is, and I know they have the Campway series for NASCAR, right? So it's kind of it's professional, but I think when it originated, it really wasn't. Where they had like kind of guys that were doing short track stuff and coming out and then getting seen. They won maybe a little bit of money, but it was mostly amateurs.
Right.
So that's kind of like the spot that you're in. You're getting your licks in, getting out there and getting track time in and perfecting your craft.
Yeah, I wanted to be professional years ago. Just out of high school, I did this. I played this game and had a lot of fun with it. Wanted to go pro, but just didn't have the right connections to go that way.
Right.
So I go out and work my day job and look forward to the weekends that I can get out to the racetrack and with my club and ride around. We're a national club, but we have 5 regions, and we're the Wirra West region out here.
Yeah. So what track do you guys frequent the most?
Our home course is Auto Club Speedway out in Fontana, where they do the NASCAR racing too. But we race in Vegas frequently. We got a doubleheader round coming up next weekend.
I know of one, Buttonwillow.
Buttonwillow, we got Buttonwillow coming up this year. The doubleheader. We got Willow Springs.
I know a little bit.
You know a little bit.
Yeah, you know about it.
Just enough to be dangerous. So what size CC bike are you swinging around?
I race on a 2005 CBR 600.
CBR 600. And I used to tell people when I was out running the motorsports shop there, they'd come in, and a lot of first-time riders, and I'd tell them, hey, what size bike you looking for? And all of them would be, of course, pumping their chest out. I need a 1,000cc bike, 1,100. I'm like, you really don't.
No.
Because until you can ride the piss out of that bike, you got no business being on a 1,000. I know this one kid that was our finance manager, and he used to ride a 600, a Yamaha R6, and you'd see him coming into the dealership at 130 miles an hour going around corners in the auto park, and everybody was like, "Jeez,
you're gonna kill yourself like that on the road."
Yeah, just a flash.
Yeah.
And but I said, until you can ride like that, you got no business going past 600 cc's, unless you're like 6'6", 350 pounds, and then you look like a monkey on a football. It's like, a gorilla. So you might need something a little bit bigger, but it's not for the power. It's just to make it more size appropriate for you.
Yeah, everybody wants to get on the biggest, baddest thing right away, but they think they're fast out on the street, and they show up to the racetrack, and all of a sudden on a 1,000cc bike, they're lappers to 600s for their first time. It takes a while. It's a different level.
Yeah. So when did you start riding?
Started riding when we were in high school. Yeah. When we were in high school, I had a little Rebel 250.
There you go.
Crashed that thing in the
single
side of a
cylinder?
car.
Is that single?
Yeah, they're twins.
They're twins?
Yeah. And, I've been loving going fast as I can on 2 wheels since I was 7 or 8 years old. Yeah. But never got on a motorcycle until, 16.
Huh. 16 years old.
When we were
never
in high
rode
school.
dirt bikes and stuff?
No, never had the opportunity growing up in LA, Concrete City. There's no place to take that thing.
Concrete City.
You know what kills me is you watch these videos, right? These music videos.
Yeah.
They got these rap videos. In like Atlanta and what? Give me some. Come on, help me out with this, Chuck.
You don't know rap, but you know the videos.
So I haven't watched rap videos in a long time. They come on the radio, and I don't even
Texas, they be wilding. Oakland, they be wilding.
Right, so they're all out on these quads and dirt bikes, and they're all doing wheelies across the asphalt jungles. And I'm like, wow. I was riding a dirt bike for a long time, and it took me a while to be able to do, decent wheelies. These guys are doing wheelies halfway across town.
They just ride on it.
Right.
And keep going, miles.
And granted, I mean, black people for the most part aren't known for riding dirt bikes or skiing or
swimming.
Yeah,
right. So it was kind of odd for me to see a whole 30, 40 bikes, quads, all that rolling down city street.
Pretty impressive.
All doing wheelies and stuff.
Pretty impressive, but that's not the place for it.
No, it's not. But I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, I never seen anything like that before. But apparently, it's a thing, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What's it called?
I don't know what it's called.
I think they got a name for it.
Do they?
Wow.
Well, you're definitely not in touch with your shit. What's going on, man?
I don't do it. I simply I do not do that.
Come on, Chubb. When we go to
I do
your
not do
sector
that.
of the world,
I do not do
we need
that.
you to fill in.
I'm sorry. That's not me. I just don't do that.
Hey, there's a lot of stuff my people do, but I just
that's true.
I learned just a little bit about it, so I can speak on it a little bit.
Speak on that, Rick.
You know, like piñatas, quinceañeras.
I can't even say it.
Yeah.
Quinceañera.
And as many as you've done. Guys like the resident DJ and thrower of all quinceañeras in North County.
But I can't even say the word.
I can't say it. So what are the... so you said you won a couple championships?
Yeah. Way back in the day, the regional championships. When we were out of high school, I just opted on a first year racing. Yeah. It was just my fourth year riding a motorcycle. So went out and did the AMA stuff in the region.
Right.
And got an invitation to go to Daytona, sit next to pole position. Was number one in the country in points.
Wow.
And kind of dropped out of it in 92 after bailing at Willow Springs at 155.
Yikes.
How'd that feel? Like a rock on water?
Life-threatening.
Yeah?
Yeah. But walked away from it.
Yeah.
Walked away from it and put it down for about 11, 12 years. And I had this itch going, I got to get back.
They say you got to get back on that.
You got to get back on it. It's like,
it took me 11 years to get back on it.
Wow.
And decide
that must have been a
pretty
hellacious wreck.
Oh, it was crazy, man. Last thing I remember, when I blacked out, I was about as high as a telephone pole in the air, and I was in my Jesus Christ pose.
There you go.
Wow.
At 150 miles an hour.
Ready to go.
And I walked away.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so one of my daughters was 6 months old at the time, so I thought, I better focus on some other things right now. But the
how'd you get so high in the air?
Little camber to the track, and when you get to the edge, I kind of just launched.
Wow.
Took a flight.
There you go. 150.
Yeah.
You probably just need a little hiccup to get you airborne.
Oh, yeah. It was wild. Yeah. Lucky to walk away from it.
If you knew nothing could happen, I don't want to try it. Like if you knew you were going to live through it,
right? I'd
try it just for the experience.
Well, if that's some proof to it, right there, I walked away from a 150 mile an hour crash, but wound up in the hospital when we were in high school, our senior year, 10 days out of consciousness from running into the side of a car that pulled in front of me.
Wow.
So, granted the speeds are higher, but it's a way safer environment being that you got corner workers, you got ambulance right there, multiple ambulances ready. And
there's not a whole lot of obstructions either, really.
There's no cars, there's no curbs, there's no poles, there's no dogs running across the road, there's no police officers with their radar gun going to give you a ticket, lose your license, jack your insurance rates up. It's a place,
and like they say, you can't run from the radio.
No.
I see many people, though, try to make that run.
Yeah.
The bike.
It's never going to happen. The radio's way faster, right?
This one guy we sold a bike to, he was nuts, absolutely nuts. He was on a GSXR 1000, and he the orange and black one. Remember they came out with that orange and black one? So he took that out. Huh? You can hear it now? Man, I don't know what she's thinking, man. He took it out on the road, and next thing you know, you see it on the news from the helicopter recording it.
Wanted to get famous, right?
Yeah, so he's rolling, and man, he... I think they clocked him out of the helicopter at 190 on the freeway.
Wow.
And he ended up, I think, spilling out over the freeway there. But he said he probably skid on the concrete for like a football field and a half.
Right. And does he have the gear on for it?
No, he's got jeans on, and he went through the jeans.
You shredded right away.
And he looked like one big scab from the bottom of his neck down to
his toes,
the backside of his knees.
Oh, wow.
It was one solid scab.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
It really is. But, we go to the racetrack, we got full leather race gear on. We got boots, we got gloves, back protectors. It's the absolutely most safest environment you could ride a motorcycle. And if you want to, go out and push these things and learn what they're capable of doing, it's amazing. You get up in the canyons on these bikes and you think you're going fast, but you're not.
No. It just feels like it.
It feels like it, but the only place to really experiment with yourself and with these things is to get out to a racetrack with them. They're so much fun.
Because I've been out on the back roads and I probably did, 115, 120, and it felt like
it's
flying.
Yeah, right. Everything just moving past you so fast,
and it's really not that fast, but.
No, but this is the good thing about riding on the track is my mind is used to going 150 miles an hour into a corner, dragging your knee at 120 or something. And I get out on the street and I'm doing 65, it's super slow. Yeah. And so it makes the environment for me even safer because I've slowed everything down in my brain. Before I got on a racetrack, that was fast. Doing 70 or 80 miles an hour, that was fast.
So that wreck has to be probably the thing that sticks in your mind the most.
Yeah, I got little girls at home I got to come to. I got a job I got to go to on Monday. I got a lot of life left to live, and yeah, you want to see that checkered flag.
So now you think because I'm getting older, and
we're getting older.
Yeah, arguably so.
Yeah. There's stuff that I can't do anymore, and now I'm at a point where I can admit it. But racing is the bike doing. You're doing a lot of the work, but the motors So is there an age where you can't do it anymore?
I don't think so. I've got a friend that was about 72 years old. He was still out there racing his motorcycle.
Wow.
Jack Baker, he was awesome at it.
Yeah.
He's an old champion he's been racing motorcycles since we were born,
Do your reaction times, reflexes, your ability to react fast in certain situations, does that go?
Well, definitely, the training that you get, and getting you prepared to race on a track and to actually get good at it, it definitely helps for street, because you're taking those, not only slowing things down in your mind, but, your fingers always are at the brake lever. Your brakes are always up to temperature. You just know how the bikes work. You understand what happens.
But let's just say this guy, 72, is good enough to get on the pro circuit. Is that age going to keep him from?
He's not able to get on the pro circuit. The rules limit you to a certain age.
Why not? If a guy can ride faster than lightning and he's 72 years old and has all his faculties there, why can't the old dude ride?
No, he can still ride, but on the pro circuit they have rules and limitations, and there's an age restriction as well. I think it's up to about 52, 55 for the pro circuit.
Wow.
But most of the guys are in their 20s or 30s.
Well, yeah, of course. They think the young bucks are
They're fast. Those guys are
but
good.
why are they faster? It's the bike doing the work.
Well, it's
because they're nuts.
As you get older, you got a lot more responsibilities. You got a lot more realization.
Let's say you don't care about anybody. You got no family.
Well, that was
and
me
I'm
at 20.
70 years old.
That was at 70 years old. There's a lot more going on.
And I'm already halfway gone. What do I care? I'm gonna ride there's no tomorrow.
It's about seeing that checkered flag. You want to see that checkered every time.
That's
how I feel. I'm coming up on my 50s.
That's what I'm saying. If old dude wants to get out there and rip it up, we should let him.
He can come out and club race with us at Wera.
Right.
But
let's say
different clubs.
Let's say he's still good.
They call it the senior class.
Yeah. Let's say he's still good enough to whoop up on those youngsters.
There's a lot of them out there that do.
Right. Let's give Pops a chance. Rekindle that dream. Yeah. Who are we to take that dream from him? Yeah. The dream. Everybody living the dream.
I don't know when the dream starts to become not worthy of the chase. No, it becomes when
it becomes a real dream and
a real dream,
not reality.
It's not worthy of the chase.
Like there's a
anymore.
chance. I got a chance.
Right. Yeah. When do you figure it's that time to?
Some people never had a chance.
Never had a chance.
Right, but nobody ever gave them the truth. They needed the truth because then they could have came up with a dream that was more obtainable. So they got cheated. Somebody should have been honest with them. Listen. I'm sorry, bro, but you will never, ever in a million years do what you think you're going to do. So let's pick something that's more obtainable.
Right?
Is that wrong?
That's not wrong.
Like if you got that kid that's got a little drag in their step, and he's talking about, I'm going to be a dancer. I'm going to be, look, bro.
Yeah, you're not a dancer.
You're not going to.
What about a writer?
Right. Yeah, let's do that.
I'm writing. I got 2 books. I'm very close.
Let's make you a piano player or something. You know what I mean?
Dreams can expand anywhere.
Yeah.
Right. But I think we got the responsibility to get the little fool on the right track.
It's It's the responsibility, but I mean, it's like when things become obtainable and you get paid to do it. It's like, oh, so I got recognition for a second there, so now it makes me want to keep doing it.
That is very loud. Can you hear it?
I'll take that. That's worth it. That's worth it.
But I mean, like I'm saying, like that little kid, Daddy. But Daddy, I want to play professional basketball. But son, you barely 5'2" tall.
And then he comes back with facts. He goes,
"You as round as the basketball, and you can't jump much higher than a credit card."
Yeah, but then he says, "Well, then Spud Webb was this, and this, and this."
Yeah, but he could jump out of the gym. He was only 5'7"?
5'7".
Right. So I mean, there are exceptions in this world.
There are some exceptions.
But you, son, are not one of those. So let's think of something. Let's pull out some kind of little book or something that has different kind of talents, sports, something that's more up your alley.
Up your alley, right up there. And so joining us on the watch party, you got Brandon Woodard. We've got some family, got some questions. They want to hear a joke.
Is that who does?
Daniel says, I can't. You got to scroll it down. He said,
a joke?
Yeah, they want to hear a joke.
I got allergies. The joke? What joke do I
One
want
of
to
the
hear?
kids, scroll down.
Hold on. Do I got anything clean I can do?
Do you?
What's going on with this? Oh,
there it
go.
is.
David Medina, what's going on? Ashley Medina, yeah.
Wow.
What's up? Micah said he wants to hear a
Joke. This is
all right. Tell Micah to give me a topic. Type in a topic, and I will write him a joke that will forever be Micah's joke.
Micah.
I'm going to write it on the spot.
And
Micah is my nephew of my youngest brother, Daniel, and he just turned 18 years old on the 14th of April.
18?
18 years old.
Oh, man, I was about to hit him with an Easter joke, but he's 18.
He's 18.
He can handle this.
Right. So he turned 18. He's driving.
Wow.
I think he still works at the Five Guys burger joint.
Oh, man.
And has not brought me one burger.
Is he local
to
enough
this day?
Is he local enough?
They live like 5 minutes away.
Five Guys.
The Five Guys is over there in Vista Village.
They can't hook you up.
Yeah, by the movie theater.
Man, Grubhub.
And he has not brought me not even one French fry.
Grubhub even delivers the Five Guys, man. Come on.
I got people that I hardly even know bring me by food.
Like we just had pizza and
look at John. Look at John just drove all the way down from L.A.
L.A. and there's pizza and a salad.
My own nephew can't even come 3 minutes, 4 minutes down the street.
94 miles, man.
Right, 94 miles. He did it 15 minutes on the bike.
He did 110 on the bike.
He's fast.
No.
Okay, let me calm down.
So,
how do you know? It's like, wee. Okay, better calm down. How do you know?
It's more like sound of my bike.
So what do we got here?
So shout out to PCH Power Sports Honda.
Hey, Edgar.
Yeah, what's up, Edgar? Vasquez in the house.
So that's one of your peeps?
One of our sales guys at the shop I work for, PCH Power Sports.
PCH Power Sports Honda Kawasaki.
Yeah. You know, I'm thinking there's still people sitting up on the 405.
I used to sell those Kimco
that
I passed. And I made it 94 miles.
The Kimco scooters, right?
We sell a whole bunch of different stuff. Right. Honda, Cowie,
Moto
Guzzi's,
Piaggio,
Vespa. Wow. Yeah, great way to get around town. Save yourself some money on gas.
Right.
Moto Guzzi, they have some interesting bikes. All right. So if you're up in the Marina Del Rey area, LA area, if you want the best deal in power sports, motorcycles, parts, accessories, go on down there and check out PCH Power Sports.
Yes, sir.
They'll take good care of you. This is where John...
4110 Lincoln Boulevard, Marina Del Rey, man.
What do you do over there?
I'm a mechanic.
You does a wrench in there?
Yeah.
And he'll tune your tune your stuff up, make it purr like a kitty cat.
You got to drive your car down, pick up a motorcycle, and then you'll save yourself 3/4 of the time.
And then you
getting
can
to
check out Edgar in sales, and he'll hook you up.
And what's up with the price of gas nowadays?
Right, gas is going through the roof again. If you want to get over 100 miles a gallon.
I think I got here on about a gallon and a half.
There
probably.
you go. Trying to reconnect.
Oh
no.
Just hoping it.
That's time to drink a beer then.
Yeah.
I'll slice that. Whoa, there we're back.
Can we get
yeah.
Can you grab me,
I got choked
grab
up.
two more
Man.
out of the fridge?
I got choked up.
So, if you want to head down there, go check out Edgar. He'll hook you up in the sales department. And you guys take trade-ins, I'm sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah, go in there and check it out.
Yeah.
And get you a good deal. Get on a bike, but ride safe. Take a riding class. It's worth it if you haven't ridden before. In the old days, we just went out there and just went for it. Nobody even ever taught us how to ride. We just figured it out somehow on some little bike that we wrecked up until we got on a good one. And we just learned that way. I learned how to drive a car, a stick shift car. Just bought one. Everybody's like, well, how are you going to drive it? I said, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Thank you, sir. And eventually figured it out. Same thing kind of with bikes. But now you can take these courses, which in the old days I would have said, pussy. But it's worth it to take the courses.
Motorcycle
if
Safety
you have
Foundation.
time, right. You know, just to get all the proper training, learn all the rules on the road that are going to keep you alive. Because
it's imperative.
There's laws, and then there's smart stuff that you need to learn. Because the laws aren't going to keep you alive, but that smart stuff will. So take one of those courses. It's worth it if you care about your life. If you don't care, you're on your way out and it's hanging from your closet or going out on a bike and getting stupid. Don't worry about it. Do your thing.
Do your thing. Do your
Do your thing. Don't let me stop you from exiting. All right, so
we got the phone number for PCH Motorsports. That's 310-823-3300. They got the magic number.
Those guys that take good care of the people they do.
Yeah.
Guys like Edgar Vasquez is up there ready for you.
All right, so
how was your week, man?
My week was interesting, man. I left work a little early Friday because I got to the point where people really couldn't even hear me on the phone.
It was that bad?
I lost my voice that bad where I was yelling in order for people to hear me. I said, well, this is no good.
This is not
and
good.
I was feeling sick, weak. You know that achy feeling you get?
I think it all sets in, though. It's like something in your mind just clicks. You go, oh, well, if I don't slow down, I'm feeling worse. And then it becomes psychosomatic.
The mental thing,
Psychosomatic.
I learned that from my mom.
You want to go to school today?
I learned the self-medication, self-diagnosing. Next thing you know, I start out with a little runny nose and I got cancer.
He's he's full on. He's full on.
Full-blown HIV.
Yeah, he's got he's done. Right. He's given up on life. He's already looking for his son.
I'm already making the phone calls to the family.
Yeah.
I think he's going.
I'm going.
I'm not going to last through probably the next day or two.
I better call Make-A-Wish and go ahead and get my donor's card all ready to go. That's how bad it is. I'm going downhill fast.
Let me make sure that
going downhill.
Let me make sure that stamp is still, that sticker's still on my license.
Yeah,
donate
definitely.
my parts, my skin. I didn't know that was the thing.
Yeah, no, and then there's certain points when they don't let you donate anymore.
Yeah. Hey, remember Dane McKay? Play baseball?
Dane!
No, that was years ago, right?
He's watching.
Hi, Dane.
John James went to...
So y'all went to school together?
Yeah, we went to school.
Yeah. Same grade?
Yeah.
88?
Yeah.
88. 88.
I just said that out loud.
88. I'm 88 too. I'm 88
Are you?
Yeah.
Man, I didn't know you were that old. What? You guys are like the Asians. The black don't crack.
No, black don't crack.
Right.
And when I say I got two kids that are 27 and 29, they be like, "Oh, shut up."
Right.
What?
Well, they might just be trying to be nice.
I'm just being.
I'm just saying.
What, black got crack? What?
Black don't crack. Most of the time, black do have crack. Yes.
Yeah, it's a degradation of the black man.
Right. Yeah. Well, white folks have got the meth.
No, they got the meth.
You know what I'm saying?
They got the meth in
They got the meth. So, meth kills too.
All that shit.
Crack kills and meth kills.
It's them opiates, man. It's them opiates.
Cigarettes and alcohol don't do shit.
Cigarettes, well, you don't anything. I see different habits with the cigarette and the beers.
I'll tell you what. It's not the fact that crack or meth kills. It's the overuse of the crack or meth that kills. Yeah. Heroin's not a terrible, terrible drug if you only use it every once in a while.
Right.
It is
moderation is the key to life.
Moderation to everything. You can diet on the moderation. You diet a little bit this week.
What is the difference, honestly, from drinking a whole mess of alcohol or doing a bunch of blow.
Or going and do CrossFit.
Alcohol kill your liver, number one.
Right.
Alcohol will kill your liver, but you can go and work out too much, destroy the muscle.
There's been people that died exercising too much.
Absolutely.
Right.
So yeah,
And then
moderation, baby.
Then we got a whole bunch of fat people in this world that eat too much, and that's killing them.
That's killing them.
What about that dude that drank like 20 liters of Coca-Cola all at once?
Oh,
he died too.
He died too.
Right.
The one that drank.
He should. That's God's way of weeding out the weak.
That's wrong.
Right? You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? If you're gonna do stupid stuff like that, you deserve to exit.
Quickly.
That's just one less person that we got to worry about.
No slow drip. You got to go quick.
Let that one go.
Boom. Just take
when he
him
goes
out.
to the hospital and he says, "This is what he did," then you need to say like, "Well, yeah,
yeah, of course.
That's what happens when you do stuff like
what
that."
happened.
So, it's all good. What do we got there? We got 6 comments. Thank you all for joining in. This is the Pelon and Chubby Show every Wednesday night, coming to you at 8 o'clock because Daddy got a day job and I can't do it early anymore. So we appreciate you coming in. We got on the show today John James. From Los Angeles. He is part of a riding club that goes out there and gets on the track and
tears it up
from the floor up. Sitting next to me is the chubby one, Guy Murray.
Peace.
I went out to Guy's Endeavor. The new Guy and Benji and a few other dudes have formed the Comedy League. And it tours all across San Diego County, probably even part of Riverside County. And they put on pop-up shows. And they battle for points. And it's a weekly circuit, probably much like yours.
You got your points, and I'm like,
you get your points and all that stuff.
It's
so Johnny
very well
understands.
choreographed.
They wear these ref shirts, which whatever, okay. And the comics, I was
quite pleased,
pleasantly surprised by the level of the comics. It was worth the price of admission, which was $0. But usually when shows like that, you don't expect the finest, the cream of the crop talent, but they were actually very good.
It was thoroughly entertaining.
Yeah, that young lady that won.
It's hard to
points.
score. Hard to score. It was very difficult.
It was interesting. I did not expect that out of her. It was basically like the wives of the OC went rogue and started complaining about everything. It was borderline man-hater humor, but at the same time was still funny to a man.
It's unique because I have a battle show as well that and it's Battle of the Sexes. So the women and they quickly connect with the few women that are in the crowd. They win over. The guys are just so. But yeah, no, they go out and just lay it down. They're funny. They're
Did you see her?
ridiculous.
No, I don't know if she's watching, but I'm not going to say anything bad. This is your people's. But did you see her crew?
Her crew?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, let me just say,
Go.
it was a little bit. Well, it was a little bit of a twisted version of
The
Housewives or wherever.
Yeah, these were the Stepford wives on.
right.
Yeah, there was on something.
These were the wayward wives.
Wayward,
the wayward wives. Yeah. Yeah. But they had the same kind of little attitude and a little bit of what do you call it? For a guy, you would call it what do you call it?
It's not
swagger.
yeah.
Right, but
They
the
had
female version of it. So they were all like prim and proper,
yeah.
out there soliciting. If
I don't know what we're soliciting.
Not in the illegal way, but
they were
definitely showing out.
I couldn't tell who was the ringer though. It was
but it was one of those things where the looks didn't quite match.
Yeah.
The swagger,
they were
the whole
trumped up
show.
They were just kind of
right.
There was one that was there. She was just finished running a marathon, so she was like completely drained. She had this just blank stare on her face. She disappeared real quickly.
It's like that. What do you call it?
You hit the runner's wall. She definitely hit the wall.
Yeah, you're like, oh yeah, you look good. And then you're like, well, she's doing the most she can with what she's got.
Yeah, there it is.
Right.
I appreciate
Like remember, that one at the trailer park We're so proud of her. This is the flower of this here park, and we are so proud of her. The whole family comes out, and this is just our baby. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Paul, look how she's grown up. Look at her. We just love her so much. Look at her, and she's all dolled up. You're like, yep, she's doing the best she can with what she's got. Yeah. That's what I love. I was telling John.
What, Trailer Park Boys?
What I love about NASCAR, and I don't know if it's the same with motorcycle riding, but boy, I love me some NASCAR, man. Especially them folks from Alabama.
Left turn.
You know what I'm saying?
Left turn.
Yeah.
Left turn.
I don't even care to watch.
Away.
Hey, there's another turn coming.
I don't watch the racing. I watch the crowd because there's some special folks out in that crowd. Right there.
There sure are.
Oh my God, the accents.
I'll go with one. I mean, I had my neighbor. I talked him into getting the WrestleMania. Them people, some true believers.
To go into that WrestleMania.
We did the pay-per-view for the WrestleMania 35. That was a pleasant event. Just to see Ronda Rousey run around and get fake punched and all that stuff and everything. It was just,
I think my daughter was like 10 maybe.
When you did a WrestleMania?
I took her. We left the motorcycle shop and she jumped on the back of the bike.
Oh yes,
that was on a Yamaha. Was it FZ1000 where the bars are kind of up a little bit more?
FZ1.
With the bars are up.
FZ1.
More for comfortable. Yeah. So I'm riding that over there. My daughter's on the back. We put the helmet on her, and so my buddy comes up next to me and he taps me and he says, "Hey, she's sleeping." I was like, "Hey, you gotta wake up. You can't be sleeping on the back of the bike." No. So I'm taking her up to the Stockton Arena, and we're going to see Ozzy. We got free tickets to Ozzy because I used to do the Corona comedy series there, and so they'd always give me free tickets to all the shows. Anyway, we go in there, and I'll tell you what, Stockton is a special place to begin with, right? Yep. But then when you have an Ozzy and Rob Zombie at the Stockton Arena, and all them people can crawl out of the hills and stuff and come to this show, boy, that's something special right there. Because my daughter's sitting there, I'm like, hey, stay close to me, because,
You don't know.
And, there's a dude that was sitting in front of us, and I swear to you, he didn't stop headbanging for the entire 2.5, 3 hours with no shirt on, soaking wet. I promise you that the majority of his blood was meth. There was very, very little blood left in there.
That one, huh?
So I told her, I held on to her. I said, hey, just kind of stay right here. But I don't even know that we went inside when Rob Zombie was on because the people were like,
just stuck on it.
I was like, man, this is like Halloween, but a sick and twisted Halloween.
Wow.
It was crazy. But Ozzy, when he came out there, it was a little more subtle, more mellow, but still the freaks were still out. And it was so sad, man. Ozzy singing halfway through the song, and you'd notice they'd kick the track up to cover his voice because his voice started going.
Oh, man.
And he couldn't even finish one whole song.
That's cool.
Yeah, he would start out the song, and then you'd see him just fade out.
We'll see how good you do at 90.
Yeah. So then he said, "Oh, Sharon won't let me do anymore. I want to stay with you guys longer, but Sharon's pulling the plug. She said, I'm done."
You understood what he was saying?
Yeah.
That part he did. That part he did.
Yeah. So it was a cool show.
It's funny. You can understand Ozzy when he sings, but you can't understand him when he talks.
Talking. Yeah, no. That's
What I don't understand is he's been here for 1 million years.
Yeah, right.
How in the world does he still have that accent? But at the same time, you can get somebody that goes on vacation, like I was saying last week. They'll go on vacation to London for 2 weeks. They come back and they got the accent. I'm like, hey.
Can't get rid of it after 30 years.
How in the hell did you get that accent?
But he doesn't have the accent when he sings.
Right. They never do.
Yeah.
Have you noticed any of these people from across the bay there? They don't. They come here. They act. They don't have an accent. They sing. They don't have an accent. I'm like, man. You ever watch House?
Oh,
remember
my
the doctor?
gosh. Yes.
The guy?
Oh, that dude, Hugh Laurie.
Right. He's from England. He's got a full-blown...
You would never know on the show, right?
Yeah. That kid that is the good doctor, the autistic
Also,
one,
yeah.
also has a full accent.
Never watched
You would never know.
So.
But that's probably because he's doing the whole autistic.
Hey, you know, my cousin did a movie though. What was that? Tango and Cash. He played in he was Jack Palance's like backup guy, right?
Oh,
wow.
And he had a strong Australian accent. Born in Beaumont.
Wow. Yeah. Who was in that? Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
And Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell.
Right? Yep.
Tango and Cash.
Yep.
Where the cripple fight crime. How those two ever make it through that movie?
Oh, my
they had to be
God.
stunt doubles.
Yeah,
They came out
mostly.
yo, and then it was somebody else filled in the rest. Oh my God! Hey, how did he? You know what, man? You know I don't want to disrespect Sylvester Stallone, but can you call him an actor for reals? Honestly,
Oh, let me see. When did he ever act? I mean, I guess the early Rocky.
I think he was
stuff.
just
That
being
it.
him.
Just Rocky.
Like, I don't even know if that's acting. Maybe if I don't know, maybe that's hard to pull off acting like that.
You know, it's crazy. It's just every day. Oh man, be careful now. You just like down it all, man. Hey.
I'll tell you who was cool. It's Paulie.
Paulie was definitely.
Paulie was cool. Rocky's son in the later ones, I wanted to punch him in the mouth. You know?
Trying to emulate
Your
that.
dad is heavyweight champion of the world many times over. One of the coolest, not smart people in the world. And he made it as far as he did, has a business, cares about his wife who died. And you're just this little naggy, bratty kid who's not even a kid anymore. You're in college, you graduated, you got a job, and you're still a dick. And your dad's one of the coolest ever.
Yep.
And I just wanted to, like, what's the address? Like June tells me, let's go to Ryan's house. I'm like, Ryan's a YouTube. I don't even know where he lives. Well, just find it, Dad.
Just find it. Yeah.
I just wanted to find that set of Rocky. I know it was filmed a while back. They're probably not there anymore. But I wanted to roll up on that set and just walk up and not even say a word and just sock him in the mouth. Yo, Rock, this for you.
Rock,
right?
this
You know
is
what I'm
for
saying?
Yo.
Yeah, you're a stupid kid. I hate him.
Dang.
You know.
Tell us how you really feel. Tell us how you really feel. If you're out there and you're listening and you want to get a piece of the action, you want to call into the show, 760-565-3713 is taped and pinned to this talk. 760-565-3713. That's 760-JOKES.
Oh, that's David Colley from Tracy. He's got a ranch up there. We're going to actually go up there at one time and do a benefit show up in Tracy.
Yeah.
And we never came together, but we've gone and we've done. He used to have the Banna Inn up there,
Farm Aid.
which I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's supposedly haunted. And we went up to, we used to do a dinner show there. It was actually pretty cool.
I'd love to go to a haunted theater.
Yeah, so we used to do a dinner show up there. It was all right.
Jerry Marsh, hey, what's happening? Thanks for joining the watch party. Give us a little recognition, some shout outs to Scott Lowe, Rick Kvellum, Tina Lockenbaugh, Expiron, Jim Winkler, what's up, buddy?
Jam.
Rafael Ramirez, my goodness, Ole, and then Porfirio Gomez, thanks for joining the watch party. You guys are definitely
Mexicans.
That's a whole lot of people.
Right.
Yeah.
So don't get all weird, people. I'm 100%
Just calm
Latino.
down.
I can point that out.
97%.
I'm 100% Latino.
No.
How's that?
you're
Half Costa Rican,
3% French.
Mexican, and Spanish.
3% French or
What
Spanish.
French is it? Just
Spanish.
because somebody stuck their tongue in my ass one time doesn't make me French.
By injection.
Right.
Booty hole.
So, in the news, what we do here in the news, we do, everybody picks out one topic to talk about that's going on in the news, and then we all expound upon that topic. We're not the news. We just make fun of the news and the stupid stuff that people do. What?
And the spin of the news.
Oh, yes.
So
in the news, who wants to go first? Who's got a topic?
I got the one, man.
Do it.
The thoughts and prayers for the Notre Dame burning mosque, the chapel and Sistine
Mosque. I ain't
It's a
know.
mosque. The freaking Notre Dame.
That's a Catholic church.
Cathedral. Thank you. That's the word when it became. They were so worried about the art, the history, and so the whole world is pretty much standing still with some thoughts and prayers, and it's been restored, it's been destroyed, it's been through wars and the fires, and then people were outside just crying and weeping, and oh my God, one church,
Literally.
one church.
That's not just one church.
That is the church?
That
In
church
France,
is
that's
1,000 years old.
Right, okay. And it's been restored.
And
What hangs out
survived.
for 1,000 years, right?
and, my favorite,
Country been around for 1,000 years? No.
aside from my wife, my second favorite female in the world, Selma Hayek, her billionaire husband has given $113 million to rebuild it.
Help them people. Help them people. And so they're targeting to try to do it within 5 years.
I don't care about him, but she is the best.
Tasty. Yeah, so they're targeting to try to do it in 5 years. I believe it was as much loot that's being tossed at them.
They should have it done in 6 months.
Well,
So-
the real deal is you're never going to rebuild it like it was.
Like it was.
But you can make it look close.
Yeah, I mean, and they saved 80% of the artwork, which was the biggest thing in the history. So there you go. We have history. We have art.
How much of the place burned?
The roof, right?
The roof fell in over the major.
So a lot of the artwork is still.
I mean, stone doesn't burn. So fortunately, the majority of the church still looks to be okay. But
I don't know if
in
you-
that place,
They're sitting water.
I don't know if you see my hands or my physique, but I'm not much of a builder.
I'm not much of a builder, but it's.
I barely wipe my own ass.
So like hard to all the attention to that and everything, and then the thoughts and prayers going out, the decorum of a past president, and then the current president tweets the most ridiculous thing. Well, they should do something really quick and maybe get the air tankers and put that fire out. Very sad. If you were a bombardier in France, the service civile, that's the civil service,
Impressive.
and you're fighting the fire with the best of your ability and have been doing so, the last thing you're going to want to do is pound the ceiling by dumping water on it. But Trump is always making it about him, going out and saying these most preposterous things. Maybe they should have raked the floors so it wouldn't have caught fire or something. Use tankers. You know, he's telling Bowen things, you know.
Hey, at least he didn't say
Always.
something like, if it burns down all the way, I will build 2 Trump towers there.
Yes. it was probably in the back of his mind. How can he profit off of this? How can
Burn, motherfucker, burn.
how can I profit off of this
The
situation?
roof is on fire.
And we don't need no water. But let Trump build a tower. So that's
There's
what's
your
up
joke,
with my.
Mike. Nah,
That's
that's not a very good
sorry, little Micah. That's but that's so thoughts and prayers, everything like that. Meanwhile, 3 African American churches are burnt by a crazed homemade terrorist. He's not Antifa, not
Are these Baptist churches or are they Osama Bacons?
Osama Bacons. No, they were definitely
Mosquish.
they were burned and no consideration, no big outcry or whatever. And the guy was just another one of those homeborn terrorists.
Right.
Well, I mean, were they 1,000 years old? Did they make a movie, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, man? Come on.
Hey, was
Thanks, James. Thanks.
was the pastor screwing half of the congregation?
Yeah, right.
Well,
Driving a Cadillac?
in the Catholic Church, you got that. And
Hey, they just drink and
it's okay.
screw little boys.
And do a couple Hail Marys and it's all good. And do a couple Hail Marys, it's all good.
Hey, I was touched by an altar boy, and I'm okay.
You turned out all right. Look at you now.
Yeah.
You know, that's my end of news and just how the world's attention went to that. People that never even visited the place. Oh my God, it's a terrible thing. Oh, I don't know what to do.
Well, if you were religious, if you were Catholic, you know, that's like a very sacred place that is virtually gone in a way.
It'll be back. It'll be
It's
all right.
80%, right? 80% intact still.
Yeah.
Versus,
We'll be
I
all
forget
right.
what the number
We'll be
is.
all right. Yeah, it'll be okay.
Personally, I don't give a shit, but I'm just saying, it's like, whatever.
I mean, I was in that place.
I'm selfish that way.
You went? You been? You
I've
visited?
been there in '85, and
You're awestruck, and you're like, wow.
the glass windows. It was a beautiful experience.
Like if the comedy store in L.A. burned down, then I'd probably be crying.
For a minute.
Right.
Because of the little blowjob you got in the back bathroom.
But whatever, the church.
Something that would definitely affect.
I know it's sensitive for a lot of people. I'm just saying.
I think as far as that Trump statement goes, about we need to drop some water tankers on it. Well, that was just something has to happen quickly. Is he a firefighter? No.
You can't take him seriously on everything.
Yeah,
just understand that
we wish
the
something
urgency
could happen fast.
The urgency and put the
urgency
fire
to
out.
it. Yeah.
Right. Rafaelito, what's up, homie? He's tuning in. All right. So yeah, mine was the brilliant move of DT.
Oh.
And I know you don't like him and everything.
It's not that I don't like him.
And I probably wouldn't, if I was black, I probably wouldn't like him either.
It's not that I don't like him.
He said all the slurs behind the scenes and all that, so you know how he really thinks.
Donald Trump.
But DT went out there and he said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and let all these people come in our country that everybody's crying about not letting them in. Fine. So all you sanctuary city bleeding heart liberals, Democrats that have no grasp of what it takes to run this country, no desire to do anything and step on anybody's toes, let anybody walk on us anytime they want, the sorriest people on this planet, you can have them. And what did they say? Oh, no. We want these people to have rights. We want these people to... Well, they wouldn't have a southern accent.
No. Those Republicans that were saying stand behind it. Be realistic. Come on now.
Us snowflake communities don't want to do nothing for these folks.
No.
We don't want no Mexicans here.
Fine, take it.
We just want somebody to take care of them. We don't want to lift a finger.
That's right.
We don't want them in our town.
That's right.
Yeah.
I like how Pelosi flipped the coin just right away. Oh, give him a place. Oh, wait, you're going to bring him to San Francisco? No. What are you talking about?
Anywhere but here, bring him in. Yeah, guess what? Yeah, you need to open up your house.
Is it really a sanctuary city if they're not willing to take them? Here's the whole thing about it. So, yeah, sure. The government will pay for their transport. Take them and then dump them there.
Right.
So we had them in captivity. We're going to move them up and then let them free.
Now our people are animals in captivity.
Let them free.
Jeez.
Well, come on. They have them in holding. They can't deport them. They won't deport them. They said, okay, well, fine.
Right.
They're detainees. That's the word they used.
Okay.
They're detainees.
Guantanamo.
So we're just going to go let them go. So nothing's going to keep...
Let my people go!
Nothing's going to keep them in the sanctuary cities. They can,
Was that
they're
Ben
free.
Hur?
They can go free. They can go free.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like...
Martin Luther the King?
They're not going to hang around.
Let my people go.
Are you going to hang around in Los Angeles?
Well, shit, if I can get out.
If I can get out? Well, let's hang around.
They're going to say, like, okay, listen. You can come in, but you got to stay where we drop you off.
What's up, JJ Mosley?
Otherwise, you're subject to getting shipped out.
Well, if they drop them off, they're free.
You're free. You're out.
Do what they want.
You can do what you want.
But you got to find a job. You got to have a place to live. You got to buy food. You got to get clothes for. You got a family to support or whatever.
Free at last.
Wait. Skip. If you can't track me, you ain't got no chip in me. Skip. I'm gone. I'm gone.
There's no way you can control the situation.
What are you gonna do? Walk over to walk 1,000 miles and go to the next? No. You need transport.
Man,
I'll get that place.
I'll turn into
right there.
I'll turn to 10,000 Maniacs, or I'll become Vanessa Carlton up in that thing. And I need you. I'll walk 1,000 miles. I'll be back home. I would be.
What's that other song? 1,000 miles.
I'd walk 1,000 miles. I'd walk 10,000.
Are there more
in
the fridge, or is that it? You sure? What happened to the
Rafael
chicken there?
Solano.
Your bottle opener.
So yeah, that's good. That's a good story, and I like the response. It was an immediate response, and now they backpedal. You know, you're in the news.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'll release them. Yeah, sure. Okay, well, hold up.
Hey, but was that genius for that?
But you know, okay, here's the real story.
Here's the
the
thing.
real story is it was a joke that was put on by one of the aides, and they was like, no, we're going to rescind it. But I think it was Washington Post that leaked the story. Trump saw it and he goes, "Are we doing that?
That's a
Game
great
on, let's
idea.
do it. That's a great idea." So Trump took it and one-upped it.
You can feel any way you want about Trump, but whatever side you're on, you really have to look. If you're going to support him and stand behind what he does,
Don't have
you
to
have
do that
to.
shit.
You
You
have
better
to.
owe up.
You have to just please just admit. Yes, he is a donkey, but.
No, but they don't do that. They don't acknowledge, oh, he's doing great things. He's doing great things. Coal is coming back.
But his people,
they trump the trumpet train.
His people are doing a good job. So if you say that, you know, like
They're doing a
his
good
people
job, making
are
them
running
look
the
good,
country
but he's
decent.
not doing anything.
It's okay. He doesn't have
His
to.
administration.
He did his job and won the seat.
There are
He don't have to do nothing after that.
no. Then now,
He just has to-
2
people
years
are
into it,
responsibility to do
Right.
after that.
He just has to put the people in place to do the right thing.
but then after 2 years of doing nothing, now you got to get on the whole.
Now,
Got to start campaigning
Look,
again.
look,
It's like,
look.
what the fuck?
Look, if you're
you
gonna
spend all your time
if-
raising money for campaigning and voting, then and not getting anything done, half your cabinet's gone, half the damn all the vacant seats of the most important jobs, which are immigration, homeland security, internal affairs, Secret Service. All these heads are now played by acting this, acting that, acting, and then
Isn't that what they all do anyway?
they all acting. So this is just The Apprentice.
So if
I
you're-
got a better guy.
If you're a hater of Trump,
I'm not a hater.
I'm just saying in general.
Okay.
If you're a lefty and you hate Trump, first of all, just don't be a crybaby.
I'm not crying.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not crying. I'm
you
just
have to
voicing-
identify reasons
I
you don't
have
like him,
clear conscious
Examples
like this is not
why
working.
what he's doing is detrimental to this country as a nation, not to your feelings.
Okay, for the most
'Cause nobody cares
divisive,
about your
for the
feelings.
most divisive person who's in a place of power, he has a lack of decorum. He is inciting rampant racism, rampant aggression against anybody that stands against him.
So
He's not
how does
inciting
that-
violence by telling
that on the
people, "I would
Democrats,
shoot."
absolutely.
No, Trump has actually said, and I would shoot up a place like
They're
that.
pandering to the black side of it, and we're gonna.
Right.
They're like, oh, you poor guys, you need reparations from slavery 150 years ago from people that had nothing. We had nothing to do with that.
Tell me,
I
Mr.
didn't-
James, do
Yes,
you
sir.
believe in reparations? Should there be reparations?
Dun, dun, dun.
150 years ago, I didn't have nothing to do with that.
What's up, Brett Austin?
Yeah.
What's up, foe? All right, so look,
No, we're all here. Treating
Hey,
everybody equal. You
what do you think? He rides a motorcycle.
He rides a motorcycle. I do my job.
He's white bread, right?
He's white born.
Probably
bred.
spent a little time in a trailer once upon a time. Who knows, right?
Still uses the good mayonnaise for his sandwiches.
Right.
Yeah, I could
He's
do
not going to
that.
come out and
Good
say
guy.
it, but I'm sure your folks aren't on the fucking Christmas
you
list.
Don't, you're not on the Christmas list.
Look,
I work hard.
my thing is, look, I'm not even making this a color issue. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to be a crybaby about DT, just make it a fact, something that he is doing that is detrimental to this country. Now, racism, all that other bullshit, I'll be honest with you.
Did
that
you
might
benefit
hurt,
from his tax break?
That might hurt. No, and here's what tax break.
Did you benefit from his tax break?
Let me explain his tax break.
Are your
Hey,
medicines or pharmaceuticals things anything that he stands
Let-
up for and stand for that he said that he was going to do? What has he
Hey,
done?
get
Wall?
a good
How about the wall?
job and you'll get decent benefits. Look,
Get a good job.
Let me tell you this.
Okay, but if you have your own business,
well, then you got to do something.
You gotta
about
do
it.
something?
There's a
Right.
reason why you got your own business. You can't expect shit for free. Now look,
no, you don't need it for free.
Let me-
but
let me
Jesus Christ,
explain
make
this.
Make it affordable.
who was the other knucklehead that did? Oh, I'm going to lower taxes and all this stuff.
Every one of them.
One of the Bushes, or was it Clinton? Now, here's what they did. They didn't lower taxes. They lowered the deductions from your paycheck so that you saw more money on your paycheck. But guess what happened when taxes were filed? You didn't get nothing. You owed something because you didn't have enough taken out of your check. So it was just a smoke screen.
Okay, so this new tax rate now is an even bigger deficit.
Well, of course,
the big businesses
it wasn't
aren't
a
paying
real
their share.
It wasn't a tax break for you, me, and you. And no, you just got more on your checks, and then you got a super surprise on tax day when you owed.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, who was stupid to believe you're actually going to get a tax break? Come on, you know that's not going to happen.
Every politician
Right.
since the beginning is,
And that's how they do it.
campaign promises.
They do it. They lower the deductions, but
So
don't
they
actually.
spend 2 years deflecting and not getting anything done. Then they spend the next 2 years trying to get reelected.
Look,
Can we do this for another 6 years?
of course, the economy is doing good right now.
Is it now?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You know what?
But our gas prices, import, export,
Gas prices, somebody's messing with that right now. I don't know
somebody's
what's going on.
touching up on that.
$4 and change for gas.
Our export-
we got to change our formula.
But
or
it's only,
whatever. I don't
but
see.
it's only California that's that.
We're threatening Mexico because they won't stop.
Threatening
cares?
Mexico with what?
Bro, who
They're
really
threatening
cares?
Mexico to
Who really cares about Mexico?
stop the immigrants from coming.
Yeah, I mean, really, who cares about Mexico?
But they're not doing their
That
part.
place is in such shambles.
Mexico is such shambles.
Does anybody really care if that place even exists?
Okay, so then you flip that to
Yeah,
like
we
Venezuela, Puerto Rico.
All those places are toilets right now.
Yeah, what happened though?
Like, what
Why?
did- what did he
Venezuela
say?
put all their money
What-
in gold,
what
in
did-
their oil. Venezuela put all their money in their oil. Then their paper is not worth anything. Their money's not worth anything.
So, I mean, what did he refer to those places as?
Third word calling shit. Yeah,
Shitholes.
shithole countries. But he has no idea or any process for those shithole countries.
We don't need
He
to.
has no.
Last time I checked, they're not part of the U.S.
But yet his wife has a humanitarian effort, and she's the #1 council member of the UN and United Nations. But she's not doing anything to make him
She doesn't need to. She just needs to stand in front of the camera.
look delicious, and that does it all.
That's it.
Shut the hell up.
That's it.
Just because
Hey,
she speaks 12
look,
languages.
you only have to be good at
But
stuff if you're ugly.
if you're not getting policies done, and your man's sitting there and he's just creating tariffs and building bigger separation, how is that helping
How
us
is he creating
globally?
separation, though? I don't understand that because I've seen nothing but support for Donald Trump.
They
and
laugh
what he's
at us.
Done.
Hey,
They
dude,
laugh
what
at
he's done
us.
for the black community
Hey,
since
people-
the 80s before he would ever consider politics. You know, and who's dividing this country? Pelosi.
Hey, people are just
Who's dividing this country? A lot of Democrats.
people are just getting their feelings hurt. That's
A
all.
lot of Republicans are saying that he's destroyed the GOP, though. So where's
Yeah,
that
but
something?
those
Y'all
are-
don't
No
voice support?
party.
Hey, those
I
are
voted
Republicans.
Libertarian, so.
Those are Republicans that are just undercover Democrats.
Undercover DCs.
I don't know. You know what? I don't even know why people take this whole politics seriously. Anyway, it's just a show. You know, it's just
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
it's a
You don't
good
get
old
anything done for 2
boy
years.
society. They don't care about nobody but themselves. And why do we even put any kind of importance like it really even matters? What you want?
I guess all that before it gets cold.
Oh, you want some food?
Gotta get it before it
Let me
cold.
hook you
I guess
up.
we can bring it over
Let me
here.
hook you up.
Bring all that over
Oh,
here.
that's the hookup right there.
Bring it all.
Bring it all. Bring it all. Bring it all.
Put it
Bring it
right on
all.
the
Bring it
table.
all over.
We're
Bring
not
it all.
shy.
We're not shy because we're about 90 minutes into this anyway. So
I gotta tell Mama thanks for this. Huh?
heck yeah, that looks good. A little
I
flat
yelled
bread.
at her. I yelled at her about the music.
And then she comes down here with it.
Want some salad?
Yes.
over
Oh
here?
man, why not? Why
So we
not?
got salad. We got pizza.
Bathroom real quick.
Yeah, go for it. And then what do we got? Vegetables. Some fried veggies. See, this is great. Yeah.
Oh my God. Meat?
Not a fork inside. Oh, we got forks right here. This is nice. Look at this. What is this?
That's for real.
Some kind of
Steak,
beef?
Braised. Wow. So she hooked this one up. That's artichokes in that salad. I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down. Wow. So what else is new, Magoo?
All right. So work is interesting.
Yeah.
People obviously complaining about their paychecks.
Too little? Too big?
You know, that's always companies, man. They're their own worst enemy.
Yeah.
they think they're getting over on you, and all they're doing, they're constantly hiring. But why don't you try and keep the good ones that you got?
Well, some people aren't happy with where they're at, though.
Yeah, some, not everybody. And to have turnover like that, you have to. There's different people that have different beliefs, and when you have that kind of turnover, you got to ask yourself a question: is it our company that has the problem, or is there that many idiots that are working for us? You know, and why can't we retain it?
If there's no confident management or no plan.
But that's my thing. Why can't you keep anybody like you got to constantly be hiring? You got new, I don't understand it. You know, if you're just filtering through and there's only a select few people that can do this job effectively, then why aren't you just paying them a bunch of money and keeping them? Well, no. Try and get over and pay the least amount possible. Get all these people to work for, cheap.
Right.
And then you constantly have to hire. So, what I don't understand is who needs to get better? But if you tell them something about it, then you get fired. Because are you trying to tell me how to run my business? So,
The employees are pretty much at fault too.
Why is that?
Because their goals, their hopes and dreams aren't in alignment with
They just want to make what they think they should make.
the longevity of the company. Not willing to take that hit that the owner or the manager, small businesses mostly, but they don't want to take that hit that this guy's really thin at the belt. He can't keep this facade going.
Here's one of the examples that they gave. How is it that you're constantly breaking records, but you're making a lot less money?
Because you've now waged yourself out of the competition of the amount of business that you're actually doing.
Every month, the company posts more revenue than they've ever seen, yet you're month to month making less.
Agreed.
Who is the destroyer of a company when they finally start doing good? General manager, the owner, trying to cut corners to save more of that money that they're making. That's all it is.
More profit.
Well, they don't want to turn that profit back into what got them, where they're at in the first place. Advertising, finding new customers, or keeping the programs.
Why wouldn't you just do more of what got you that?
Well, if it was advertisement or a funnel or some sort of thing on customer retention, keeping the customer experience the same, and they don't know how to improve upon that.
Why not pay your people more?
It's not about paying the people more. If your customers aren't being satisfied or taken care of.
You're posting more profits than you ever have. Your sales are hitting records.
Okay.
So obviously, the customers are happy with the service they're getting because you're selling more. How are you selling more and the employees are making less? Explain that one to me.
Yeah, in some business models, it is change, and it doesn't reflect that influx of we're making more money, we're doing things, but we're spending more, trying to keep at that level.
I want to give it up to Kathy, my wife, for hooking it up with the dinner tonight down here. She didn't have to. Probably didn't want to. But she did it anyway. So I got to give her a big thank you for that. She is the official caterer of the Pelon and Chubby show.
Sometimes it's like, you should go into the business of doing that.
Yeah.
But your interest would only stick with it so long.
Well, when we build the comedy club, she's going to take care of the kitchen.
Oh, really? Then she'll get burned out doing that.
So we're gonna open a comedy club. You want a fork?
No.
We're gonna open up one. We just gotta find a bunch of loot or somebody that wants to invest. The only catch is you can invest, but you can't say shit.
Silent partner.
You just take the money. You can have lifetime free tickets to every show. And you can even drink for free. You better not say shit while you're there. Or I will throw you out.
You're gone. You're 86.
But think about it. Now, I mean, I don't want to give up too much of the plan, but or how we're going to do it. But there isn't a decent comedy club within 45 minutes in any direction of here. Really?
Not really.
And who wants to go to a comedy club, get drunk, and drive home? 45 minutes.
Nobody.
We got the biggest Marine base in the
Just
country
open a market for you.
right here.
Right here.
We got, I mean, take out all the Mexicans. We'll throw a Spanish show every once in a while. But I'm saying, like, you know, we got to take all the Mexicans out of the equation. But we got right here, we have tourists. Carlsbad is one of the most visited cities in the country as far as vacation destinations.
I mean, it's my first time really down here coming into Eastland, and it's beautiful around here.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice.
I love it.
Oceanside, you get tons of tourism. Why can't we have in Oceanside or Carlsbad a thriving comedy club that gets in real headliners from all across the country? And I'm talking about your A-list comics, not this bullshit they got at some of these clubs around here. Those are not fucking comics. I get a little pissed off about that, selling a show like that and then showing people that that's comedy and it's really not. That's not the kind of shit you go to a comedy club to go watch. You know? When you go to a comedy club, a real comedy club, you want to see professional comics, professional nationally touring comics. You put on a show like that, you know, it's like put on a professional racing show or event with super amateurs. You can't do that. You're not going to pull it off.
Or it won't last long.
So, my thing is, I want all the big names: Jerry Seinfeld, George Lopez, you know, Bill Burr. I want all those names coming through here to our comedy club and doing 5-6 shows a week.
That's how you get the business.
You know, I don't want to do it if we can't do it right.
People want to see the big names.
Yeah. I want everybody that's coming through. There's comics that won't even come to San Diego because it sucks balls. Nobody wants to come. There's bands that won't play in San Diego because these people won't buy tickets. But we can pull it off. I'm telling you, we can pull it off.
Well, they lost their football team, didn't they?
Yeah. I want to have 5 shuttle buses that are picking up and dropping off people. So you can come to the show, you don't have to worry about drinking and driving. Door service.
It's feasible.
Yeah. Plus, I'll even pay for shit if they're not too far away. I'll pay for their Uber or Lyft in the form of a ticket. You know, you pay $10 for a Lyft, $15 for a Lyft, or Uber. I'll give you a ticket for it in exchange. I don't have a problem with that. I want to make sure everybody comes out.
It wouldn't level out. I mean, it would level out. It would probably even plateau pretty quickly. Because, I mean, the product would, I mean, we had a Billy Crystal or we had something like that. And
Right.
high level.
Every week.
But it would level out. People, they would be done. They would be done with it.
Who? How when you're having comics like that every week?
They would be done. Oh, God, man, my sides are still splitting from that Billy Crystal. Oh, my God, Jim Jefferson.
They're going to draw. Look, you have Carlsbad, Oceanside, Vista, Escondido. You're talking about drawing from millions of people. Encinitas, Lucasia, Rancho Santa Fe. You're going to draw from San Marcos.
So look at those competition shows.
Garbage.
But you get your contract, then you go get a year or so contract in Vegas. Do a show.
I won't do any of that shit.
Every fucking
You can take
night.
that all to those dumpy clubs. Look, If we're not doing A-list comics, you're not doing the club. I don't care. I'm not doing a hokey dokey, have all my friends on stage like all these donkeys are doing. That's why they're done with it. Look, we're going to be like an improv. Does improv have all these garbage shows? No. They have national touring headliners all the time. That's what we're doing.
Ontario Mills, that's an improv shop, right?
Ontario? Barely. Yeah. Barely. They let everybody come in, all the hacks do all their.
That's what I'm saying. But that's
shows.
an improv, though.
Right. But that's Tuesday night, Wednesday night.
Irvine.
That is a full blown. That's a badass club right there.
But they have
Look at the headliners.
they have off nights.
Wow.
But
And
they're right
guess
there
what?
in the fucking middle mecca of Orange, OC,
Tuesday,
and Ivy.
Wednesday, dead nights. I'll just close the thing. Instead of putting up a shitty show, I'll close it. I don't have a problem. Everybody needs a day off. But I'm not trying to put up these garbage shows. I'm not trying to have a promoter night. If you're a promoter, that's fine. Go to these shitholes.
I got a good joke. I heard a good joke recently. So this a senior citizen guy, he goes in for a job interview with a young HR manager. And the HR manager asks him, what's your biggest weakness? And the older man says, I think it's my honesty. And the HR manager says, well, I don't think honesty is really a weakness. And the older man goes, I don't give a fuck what you think.
That's good. Right. I don't even.
There's the joke.
I like that.
So one of my favorite. Let's do jokes. Why not?
Okay.
Jokes are, just so the people out there, they're jokes that you didn't write, and as a comic, you never have an opportunity to tell on stage if you're a real comic. Because anything you do on stage is supposed to be everything that you wrote. Original shit. If you're doing some other comic's material and you don't say that it's somebody else's material, you're a hack. So, on instances like this, we announced these are jokes. We did not write these jokes. They're just funny to us. Okay? So, there's a couple, and they're laying in bed. And this comes from Red Fox, which I can tell you he didn't write it, because he didn't write none of that stuff he says. So, they're laying in bed, and he says, honey, I'm going to buy me a pet skunk. She said, a pet skunk? Why are you going to buy it? Where are you going to keep this pet skunk? Well, I thought I might keep him under the bed. Under the bed? What are you going to do about that smell? He said, well, shit, I had to get used to that smell. That motherfucker's going to have to get used to the smell, too.
Nice. I like that one.
Well, that's Red Fox.
Guy says, I know the secret to acing a job interview. How so? Well, they start asking you questions about where do you see yourself in 5 years, 6 years? Where do you see yourself? Don't tell them that you want to replace them or that you'll have a corner office. He says, where do I see myself in 5 years? It's not sitting here answering these stupid questions. Don't want to see myself doing that. So what would you say your biggest strength is? I'd say listening is my biggest weakness. Yeah, pretty much. What's your biggest strength? Oh, listening is my weakness. That's the joke.
That's the joke.
What's your biggest strength? Listening is my weakness.
Yeah.
That's a headsy one.
You gotta
You really
think
got
on
to
that
think
one.
about that.
And I was waiting for the punchline.
You know what? I haven't done any jokes in so long. Like, I don't even remember none of them. You know?
Kathy says LOL. I think that was LOL for sympathy.
On yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't even really remember too much of the jokes.
I remember Red Fox is hanging out, and his fiance is like always pestering him about getting married. Fox, when you gonna give me a ring? Where you gonna give me a ring? One night he was just so fed up with it. He's in the bathtub and he goes, "When am I gonna give you a ring? When I get out of this tub?"
Oh, wow.
Ring around the tub.
Those are terrible.
Those are bad.
Those are terrible.
But when you can make it
Tell
the part
other
of your
people
stick,
stuff. Right.
that's your whole stick.
So, I don't have too many jokes, but I guess I could tell some of my own that I wrote. Maybe someday somebody will tell it to somebody else.
You got 6 minutes.
6 minutes to get fresh here on.
Give me a hot 6, Rick. Give me a hot 6.
So, you ever heard of that saying, what a difference a day makes? This is where I screwed up the other night.
I know you missed your mark.
I didn't lead it with that. Mm-hmm. Stupid. You ever heard that saying, what a difference a day makes? God, I love that saying. But I love a lot of different sayings. I don't know why people use the different sayings, but they're pretty cool. So I wrote one of my own. You want to hear it? Great. Mm-hmm. Thanks for asking. What a difference a tit job makes. Now, ladies, come on. Don't get all excited. Or don't get all upset. I was a fan of the natural titties for years and years. But then you guys started making them look so good. So real. And then when I found out that they all taste the same, I was sold. God, I love them. Now, don't get me wrong, ladies. If they made a dick job for men, I'd get one. I would do my part. I would. Well, it'd be a reduction, of course. As if. Because I'm tired of hurting ladies.
That's good stuff, man.
Just my
I like that.
My little piece of giving back to the community. Have you heard of that new drug, Gay Gone?
Gay Gone.
It's a new FDA-approved drug, Gay Gone. Apparently, you just take one of these little pills here, and it takes all the urges of sucking dick and just wipes them all away.
What's the flavor of this pill?
Never had one before. But I'm hearing this is a genius.
Still, that's a great pill.
Just a genius drug. And I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because everybody's got that one friend that what we used to call Metro. Just a little bit on the feminine side, right? But you like hanging out with him because he buys all the drinks. And he's pretty fun to hang out with. But you're always careful not to have too many.
Don't want to pass out.
You never
around.
know what's going to happen.
That's right.
There's always that little doubt you got. You don't know for sure if he's full on, but you always got that little worry in your mind.
Yeah, if he's flaming like hot Cheetos,
so you're always careful. So this new drug came out, and apparently what you do is you take one of these little hair pills, drop it in his drink, and he'll never have the urge. And you're safe to party all night long, and he can buy you as many drinks, and you ain't got nothing to worry about.
And
I thought it was the most genius drug of all time. And then I found out my girlfriend of 6 years was taking it. And I just thought she was always a frigid bitch.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Anti-Viagra, huh?
Anti-Viagra.
If anybody's got a good deal on it, let me know.
Yeah. Do you really need? Oh boy, here we go.
Yes, I do.
Why? Yes, as a matter of fact, we do.
Hawkeye.
You should have the propensity to not. Well, if I can put it on my EBT card, I'll hook you up. If you ever have the opportunity and you really like doing this type of thing, masturbation is free. It doesn't cost a dime.
Dropping off.
Not in 20 years either.
It hasn't in 20 years. Wait, you haven't done it in 20 years?
No.
It
It won't
just
cost you anything.
It won't
Bro,
cost you. Yeah.
It just
Yeah, no
depends
child
how.
support.
No child support.
It depends how creative you are because you still got to pay for internet and your phone.
Internet, your phone, or peeping through people's windows. You can get
It's a lot
creative.
cheaper than a college education.
You got to you have to, find and spice it up a little bit, switch hands. But
Our show has digressed.
I'm just saying, it's been a long time, and I'm glad that's not recording.
Are things rough at home?
It's been a long time. My wife thinks I'm wasting it. That's what she said. Are you in there wasting it?
What?
I can't do it a solo trip. I can't do it all
Dropping
alone.
the kids off at the pool.
Dropping the kids off the pool. Are you wasting it? She says.
Oh,
And I'm like, why would I waste it? Storing it up for the big
that reminds me of a good joke.
every 36 days or every
Well, does it age
every
like
other
wine?
month. No, I'm trying to save it so it'll be robust. It'll come out the chute. Pow, bang, boom. And she asked me if I'm wasting it. It's not that it's going to cheapen the quality of it, the veracity or the pulse of it when it hits. She's worried about
Is
me
there actually
being
a
too
thing with waste
relaxed.
too?
Too relaxed. That is, it'll come too easily. Hence the word "come too easily."
Right.
And so she's concerned that that's all I'm doing.
Earmuffs.
All I'm doing. And I'm like, I haven't done that. I haven't done that.
Would you admit it?
It's difficult because I can't reach the tip.
Wow. I'm just saying, would you admit it if she asked?
You know what? I would definitely.
If she
Definitely.
asked
I would, I'd be honest. I'd tell her
you?
everything. I would tell her everything. That's when I got in the worst water, was when I told her the truth.
you, no, I don't know what you're thinking.
Now,
there.
what was I thinking? What was the game plan? What was the outcome?
You're supposed to do a Bill Clinton right there.
I was supposed to. I had never had sexual
Right.
in with that woman. Damn, that sounds like
I
a
don't know what you're
Muhammad
thinking
Ali Clinton right
Right.
there. That was horrible. Oh man.
So, at the end of the show here, we're going to be signing a petition. And I'm going to pass the petition out to everybody I know because it's something that I really believe in.
Okay.
Because just as we're going to war and we're losing soldiers' lives out there every day,
Salute the troops.
I believe in this a whole 100%. And there's millions of lives that are being lost every day. Millions and billions of lives that are lost every day for stupid reasons. And they don't have any kind of choice in where they're born or how they come into this world. They're just subject to being dropped wherever they're dropped. And I feel for them, and we got to save these lives. So I want everybody to sign this petition. Because there's lives being lost every day in the hands of young men, in the small of the backs of young women,
The tender, fresh
sometimes
faces
even
of
in their belly buttons.
and the tender, fresh faces even.
And we can do something about it, people. We can. So you ladies, the next time you have an opportunity, I need you to go ahead and take one for the team and just go ahead and swallow. Save a life if you have the opportunity.
The swallow is the
But if
new
we can
state
all
bird.
I'll sign the petition.
If we all join together here, I believe we can make this happen.
Make it rain.
Let's save a life, y'all.
Save a life, y'all.
Thank you very much.
Save a lifetime in the world.
Well,
It's been a good show.
We
want to thank
appreciate-
Mr. John James for showing up, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for having me, guys.
driving all the way down from LA.
was a fun
94
ride.
miles.
And,
Fun ride.
He did 1 mile a minute in that mother.
We are in the studio, Pelon and Chubby studio. Apologize for the eating on the show, but
We were starving.
we got to eat.
That was good stuff, Kathy.
And-
Thank you
Show
very
was.
much.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Mom. And if anybody wants to come on the show next week,
Open doors,
we might be able to have an opening for you.
right? Just a little slot,
Right.
a little piece of
Come promote your business.
Come talk about.
Come and talk
Stop
about
shop
weird shit that you do.
and bring some hamburgers
Maybe my nephew can
Can drop more.
scrounge up a burger or something
or
from.
two from the good guys.
Yeah.
Hold the salt,
Five
please.
Guys.
Hold the salt, please.
Yeah, black folks can have salt,
No, it's just they make them too damn salty.
hypertension.
Don't make me drive 90 miles again.
It'll make me come down for some salty fries.
So we are the Pelon and Chubby Show here. We're here every Wednesday night in the Pelon and Chubby studio. Soon to be named the Sony studio if they give us a bunch of free shit.
Yeah,
all right, so
the camera.
Yeah,
we're down.
We're getting the camera. We're getting the sound system. We're gonna dial this thing up professional style. We got to get some sponsors. It's all coming, man. This show is gonna go worldwide, not only across this nation, but it's gonna go worldwide. We just need your help. Share. Tell people to tune in. The key is getting as much followers and to tune into the show so we can sell that. So share it to all your friends. Tell them to tune in every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Even better, you can become a friend of the show. Look on Podbean, podbean.com. Look for Pelon and Chubby. Search it. Watch all the episodes, 80 episodes on there.
Get them.
You can see from the very beginning.
From the beginning, the humble beginning.
Like over a year ago, right? Year and a half ago. So tune in, check it out, tell your friends. The Pelon and Chubby Show coming at you every Wednesday, 8 p.m. We got a different show for you every week.
Never the same old thing.
Keep on watching. Thank you all the loyal, faithful followers that we got tuning in every week. We love you. We're here because of you. Thank you very much for allowing us to do what we love doing. We'll be here next week. Bring all your friends. Next Wednesday night, 8 p.m. here on Facebook Live.
And a watch party coming near you.
And the watch party coming near you.
Hey,
I'm
Friday night.
Oh.
Go ahead.
No, Friday night.
Friday night, second round of the season opener for the Comedy League. We're going to be at Iron Fist in Barrio Logan.
Oh, boy.
And then we'll be back up here, hopefully, at Iron Fist in May 1st, May 10th, something like that. I forgot.
All right.
Iron Fist Vista, and soon Aztec Brewery and in India Joe's, and then we'll be back at Harbor Creek. So we're definitely stretching our feet out here. We're going to go to Ramona, too, on a Thursday night, and then down to El Cajon. So, yeah, the league is expanding. We're getting a lot more locations, different rotation of some comics and everything, and it's good to see these kids coming up. And now that we are on our openers are good and we're getting solid content, our value is definitely going up. So
maybe I'll get a little 30-minute headliner spot on one of them there shows.
Maybe one day you can. So grow your pubes out. You'll be all right.
Please.
So,
all right,
we'll see what we do.
This has been another Pelon and Chubby episode. Thanks for tuning in. Until we see you again down the road.
Guys, thanks for having me on.
Man, dude, thank you for coming.
And everybody, watch out for motorcyclists on the road, please.
Yeah.
Please play the post.
Stay in your lane. Don't move over to the side. We'll get by.
Thank you very much for tuning in. See ya.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.